What's going down, everybody? It's your boy, That Guy My High, tuning back in for another reaction. And this time we got top 10 bizarre foods that came from a parallel universe. Excuse me, it's early. I'm just getting up and getting things started. So if I'm stumbling across my words a little bit, that's the only reason why. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had enough coffee or kush this morning. You dig what I'm saying? But yeah. Shout out to all the members, man. We got to give a big shout out to Misty Summers, Lynn Willow, Driver Thoughts, Matt Creeker, Lynn, Ryan Parks, Token Tug, Taylor, Amy Jane Doe, Liz, Nugget, My Hood Life, and Gary Willis. We appreciate you. If you want to be a member, you want to get a little shout out, a little extra praise from the boy, Mile High, go ahead and hit that join button down below. There's 3 different options to choose from the high member, which is $2.99, the really high member, which is $4.99, and the highest members, which are $9.99. But again, if that's not what you're here for, you just want some content, you're just trying to hang out, you're not trying to share, I'm trying to do, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification, because that is free 99. You dig what I'm saying? So help us continue to grow, man. We on our way to 100K. All right. But yeah, let's jump into this, bro. Let's just jump right into this. Make sure everything's up. We good to go. Full screen and let go.
From food that looks like the grossest bugs imaginable to actual bugs that people eat for God knows what reason, there are a lot of very bizarre foods that argue.
What is this dude's name? Damn, what was his name? He was on that bizarre food show or whatever that show is. He would go and eat all sorts of weird, random stuff.
It came from another universe. Or the people that, for some reason, desire to eat them came from another universe. Either way, here are your top 10 bizarre foods that came from a parallel universe. I'm Melissa Lottie, your host, and let's get right into it. In our number 10 spot, we have coconut tree grub. All right, well, this food looks just like maggots. Just why, humans? What would possess someone to eat something that looks like this? Like, really, the first person that stumbled across this was like, yes, this looks delightful. I shall cook it under a hot fire and it will be gross. Delightful. No, you can't convince me that humans reacted to this that way. This was clearly discovered by some kind of reptilian person and pushed onto the masses. Or it was brought here from another dimension. Coconut tree grub can be found in the Peru jungle in, you guessed it, coconut trees. Apparently they are...
I get where she's going with this, where it's like, you know, no human in their right mind is going to eat that. But the fact that we're sitting here talking about this is only found in some jungles of Peru in coconut trees, like this is obviously this was an indigenous food option or food source for people who just that were thriving off of the land and using what was at their disposal, and it seemed like coconut tree grubs were that. And I mean, the thing about it is bugs are like super high in protein. Not all, I don't know if all bugs are, but I know majority of bugs. And a big reason why bugs are a staple in like diets around the world is because it's like full of protein and other vitamins and minerals and stuff. Not all bugs, but some bugs actually have some crazy but nutritional benefits. So I could kind of see where maybe this is just like it's a big fat grub. It's got a lot of meat or it's just sustenance to it, you know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of sustenance to it, you know what I'm saying? And, it might fill you up after a couple of them, you know what I'm saying? You got to sit there and eat a whole bunch of little ants. You could eat like 3-4 grubs and, you know what I mean? You felt like you ate something and you actually got something out of it. Like,
rich and tastes scrumptious when cooked.
Lighthearted.
Nope, I refuse to believe this. In our number 9 spot, we have giant sea squirt. Giant sea squirt can be found in Santiago, Chile, off the coast. And apparently these creatures, known as pura, are as big as basketballs. Look, your girl's not really into seafood, but really, what in the name of my great Aunt Sally is this? Honestly, though, anything with a spongy-like texture gives me the heebie-jeebies, so again, I'm a little bit biased. Its little bubble-like corpuscles make me so uncomfortable to look at it. Please leave a comment below and tell me why you think this looks edible, if you do. Vice.com referred to it as looking like an alien living under a rock, and I would have to agree. In our number 8 spot, we have...
That was by far the nastiest shit so far. I don't think there's going to be anything that's nastier than that. That shit was just, they just look gross.
Oh no. Not sure I understand why
worms.
anyone would eat a worm-like creature in the first place, but alas, humans still do, and I shall continue to be dumbfounded.
It's got, like,
Pololo are little
tentacles.
worm-like creatures with
they're
lots of legs that
blue.
honestly give them an alien-like look, of course, from the sea. They're basically worms from another dimension. They can be blue or brown in color. They come out of the coral reefs every few years or so when the conditions are right, and when they do, they are apparently treated like a delicacy to the people along the coast of Samoa, where they are usually found. People apparently eat them raw, saying that they taste like liver fermented in salt water. Come again?
That is disgusting.
How
I
does
don't
that
even
sound
like
appetizing
liver,
to
bro.
anyone? I don't understand.
Oh.
People also eat them sauteed or on bread. Yeah, I'll pass, thanks.
Yeah,
In our number
all
7
that.
spot, we have horse rib and rectum sausage.
And
yes, you heard
what?
that right.
Horse rib and y'all out here eating booty holes?
In
That's a whole new-
Kazakhstan, the people eat
That's a whole new meaning to eating the groceries. You dig what I'm saying? Like, y'all ain't just out here eating the groceries. Y'all out here preparing the groceries and then eating the groceries. Like, that's disgusting.
horses, and I must conclude that it's possible that they are not from our dimension. I mean, certainly not our continent, because I don't know any people that eat horses here. Although I don't leave my home very often, so I may
Yeah, I
be
don't think we eat horses. In the
very
United States.
ignorant. Apparently, the people of
Never
Kazakhstan don't
anywhere
like to
seen
waste
horse
any
meat.
part of the animal, so they eat everything from the mane to the rectum. One of their known dishes, a sausage made from whole pieces of rib meat from the horse, seasoned with salt and pepper, and then stuffed with casings from the horse's butt, and it's dried to cure. Apparently, it is a very
That is
normal
so
dish in Central
gross, bro.
Asia.
Like
What?
the whole rib meat, like, okay, fair enough. You're using some rib meat, you know what I mean? Everybody likes ribs, you know, you can't go wrong using some rib meat. Like, I get it. Like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was okay. As soon as you sat there, it was like, oh yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take this delicious, you know, rib meat, and we're gonna shove it into like a rectum casing that we took from the horse's ass. And yeah. That's where you lost me right
I
there.
will
That's, you see
probably
how that
never
happened?
try.
That
In our
we
number
both
6 spot,
lost.
we have the sea cucumber. The sea cucumber looks
like a
like
little
it would be
alien
food for
sausage.
another species, let alone for humans in this dimension.
Like a
I
little
could also
alien
imagine
sausage.
another parallel universe where the animals and plants on land are just too dangerous to eat because we've infected them with all of our nuclear testing, that we have to resort to eating that which is deep in the ocean, and so therefore, you know, then we have to resort to eating sea cucumbers instead of regular cucumbers. Hopefully that doesn't happen because something tells me it probs doesn't taste the same. The sea
At
cucumber
all.
is found off the waters of Sitka, Alaska. Apparently you just throw it on a wok and pour some soy sauce on it and we're good to go, honey. There's so many different pictures of it that it looks like it can appear in many different ways, but most frequently, to put it bluntly, it kind of just looks like a giant turd.
It does.
Do you agree? Let me know in the comment
It
section
does
below.
actually. That's
In our number 5
That's
spot,
not
we
even
have
like a-
tarantulas.
a joke. That's kind
The
of
people of Cambodia eat tarantulas. They must not watch any Hollywood movies.
Man, you catch me eating a spider. If I don't eat a spider in my, like, I've never, let me take this back. I would never eat a spider. The only way that would happen, because I know people are like, oh, my heart. You know when you sleeping and you have your mouth open, there might be a spider that crawls in your mouth, man, because, you know, they've, like, scientifically proven that everybody eats, like, you know, so many motherfucking spiders and shit in their lifetime when they're sleeping. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck, bro. I don't give a damn. If I'm eating spiders while I'm sleeping, that's cool, because I'm not fucking awake to know. There's no memory. There's no, you know, moment of uncertainty of if I'm gonna make it or not. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm that fucking dramatic because I'm terrified of spiders. Okay, this is real arachnophobia over here. I'm not playing no games. I don't play spiders. I don't play with spiders. I don't want to be around those spiders. I don't even like stepping on spiders, bro. And if I do, it's because it's small enough that I feel confident enough that I could G-stomp the motherfucking shit out that motherfucker and keep it pushing. Okay? If I see a tarantula like that, I'm running. There's no squishing it. There's no helping you get it. There's no none of that. I'm out.
Fair enough, they probably have their own entertainment with their own brand of propaganda, but holy moly is this terrifying.
Holy
They
moly
eat
donut
giant
shop.
tarantulas, y'all. Apparently, when cooked properly, they can be as good as lobster, as hard as that is to
What?
imagine. After they are
Get outta
defanged,
here.
washed, and then scorched to remove the hair, and then deep fried. they're apparently good. But still, isn't it bothersome to look at their legs and shape? I'm probably too influenced by American pop culture. I'm not even sure I'm convinced anyone from a parallel universe would eat these creatures, though. I can get on board with people from another planet, but anyways. In our number 4 spot, we have giraffe weevils. Don't let the name confuse you. This isn't a dish made from an actual giraffe. Giraffe weevils are bugs that have extremely long necks that make them the giraffes of the bug world. They are basically beetles, and people have said that they look like something out of a Dr. Seuss novel. They are from Madagascar, and people like to saute them in salt water and butter. Apparently, they have a taste similar to shrimp. Anyways, I think they jumped into this dimension from another one because the idea of a long neck bug just feels surreal to me. So we're gonna go with that. In our number 3 spot, we have ENSETE. Look, this is a plant, and even though it's not that bizarre to eat plants, I'm going to include this one because it's not widely known and perhaps bizarre to someone from North America or Europe that has never heard of it. This is a plant that is known to be a part of the false banana family, which basically means it's close to a banana, but it isn't. It's only eaten in one area of Ethiopia, and it is considered a superfood there, which is quite interesting. And the people make it into a bread, and they love it. I'm a big banana fan, so I hope I get to try this.
Does it fruit?
In our number 2 spot, we have.
Does that shit fruit? Like, I mean, it looked those leaves looked exactly like banana leaves, but like, does it like bloom or have some sort of like fruit that comes from it, or are they just legitimately taking leaves and chopping leaves up and being like, yeah, let's make bread? You know, like what is
Camel kebabs.
I wasn't explaining.
I don't know why I am fascinated by the fact that I really didn't know that this was a thing. I mean, it makes sense that people eat this as it's as common in some areas as cows are in other areas. But yeah, it is regularly eaten in the Middle East and in North Africa. People find camel kebabs to be delicious. Apparently, the kebabs consist of the organs such as the liver and testicles.
I mean, does it have to be a kebab? Can we just say they like to eat camels? You know what I'm saying? Can we just agree that they eating which
are sautéed, and the fat goes into the meat grinder before everything is made into.
And plus, when you go to those that side of the country, or that side of the world, you start running into more of like the religious situation of like, you know, with cows, and you know, because like India, like shit, you touch a cow, mama, you might get your head cut off. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe, you know, as you just kind of get further that way, you know, cows just kind of become less and less of a, you know, commodity of like, oh yeah, we rather eat the camel. You know what I'm saying? He got them humps. We rather eat the camel. Like, I don't know.
Kebab. This really feels like an idea from an alien or someone from another dimension, but it's probably because living in North America is like living in another dimension when you go to the Middle East. It's just such a different world. So much to learn.
I don't like egg. That's why.
In our number 1 spot, we have octopus ink sacs. Yes, you heard that correctly. I know what you're probably thinking. Don't octopuses use their ink sacs to ward off predators? Yeah. Would it not therefore be poisonous? It surprised me to hear that apparently not. Apparently you have to first poach the ink sac and then fry it. Typically it was eaten by sponge divers who were away at sea for months that they had to make do with whatever food they caught. It is a very known dish in the island of Kalymnos. However, it is hard to find because it's from another dimension. Dun dun dun.
No.
Shipping through the dimensions is just quite.
That's not it. I'm sure that there's just probably not a whole lot of people on this planet that give a shit to even try to eat ink sacs. I'm just saying we've got so many other options. I mean, it don't matter where you at in the world at this point. There's a fast food restaurant around the corner. Unless you're living in the bushes of Africa or some shit, the bushes of Brazil and the Amazon, rainforest and shit. I don't fucking know. Like, I just don't see a need to catch fucking octopuses and shit and be like, you know what? I can't. We've ate all the octopus. The only thing that's left is his ink sac. No thanks. I'm good. I'm good.
But honestly, unless it would somehow make me lucky, I would never eat an octopus ink sac ever.
Right.
Okay, I probably could be persuaded if I was offered a home in Monaco or, given $1 million or something. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I'm Liz Lottie, your host. Follow me on Insta and YouTube app.
Shout out to Amazing Top 10, you know what I'm saying? They always come through with some cool, just crazy informative videos. Sometimes it'd be like really nonsensical stuff that we be packing into our brains. But you know, other times we really be learning some crazy shit. I'm just saying. But anyways, man, let me know what you thought about that down in the comments below. Let's talk about it. Let's catch you on the next one. Peace.